Hello everyone, this is Khushbu Chauhan from Nucleic Acid Biochemistry Lab, and today I am going to present assignment for Carbohydrate Biotechnology course. Today I am going to brief you about alginate and alginate hydrogels. Alginate is a calcium, magnesium and sodium salt of alginic acid which is generally obtained from brown algae. Alginate is a polysaccharide which is formed by the polymerization of D-maneuronate and D-glucuronate and linked by beta-1,4 linkage. Alginate exhibits various advantages like good biocompatibility, low cytotoxicity, low cost, non-antigenicity, and the pathway of alginate biosynthesis is as follows. First is synthesis of precursor substrate, then polymerization and cytoplasmic membrane transfer, then periplasmic transfer and modification, and at last export through the outer membrane. And now hydrogels, whenever we talk about biomaterials, we talk about hydrogels as well. Hydrogels are three-dimensional viscoelastic networks structures which can be obtained from synthetic or natural polymers. Depending on their applications, the hydrogels can be prepared and characterized with different methods. They can be prepared by physical cross-linking as well as chemical cross-linking. Um, Natural hydrogel's main function is to mimic the extracellular environment, and it should be the ideal hydrogel should be biocompatible, biodegradable, non-toxic and easily injectable. And now the application of alginate hydrogels. The alginate based hydrogels have numerous applications such as water purification where they can treat organic pollutant as well as inorganic pollutant. In engineering, they can be used for tissue engineering and hydrogen evolution. In biomedical applications, they can be used for cell encapsulation and also to to create and maintain 3D cell culture. In pharmaceuticals, it has a wide applications such as targeted drug delivery, which can be used to treat various kind of deadly diseases. Today I am going to present a research article which was published in Journal of Materials Chemistry B in the year 2017. The title of the paper is Injectable Bioactive Acrylonitrile Alginate Composite Hydrogels for In Situ Skin Tissue Engineering. As we know, biomaterial cells and growth factors are most important components of tissue engineering. The application of stem cell is facing challenges due to difficulties in controlling cell loading, cell growth, and differentiation. Biomaterials have the ability to stimulate cell behavior and affect the tissue regeneration. The concept of in situ tissue engineering is proposed by utilizing bioactive materials to facilitate tissue engineering by recruiting intrinsic stem cells and stimulating cell differentiation in the area where tissue needs to be regenerated. Hydrogels have been reported to used as tissue engineering material because of their high biocompatibility and ability to encapsulate cells. Sodium alginate, which is a naturally linear anionic polysaccharide derived from algae, has various advantages. And different biomedical applications such as drug delivery, tissue engineering, and wound dressing. In this research articles, the author reported the design of a novel bioactive injectable um, acrylonitrile and sodium alginate composite hydrogel, and they propose the use of acidic amino acid such as glutamic acid and aspartic acid as cross-linking regulators, which can regulate the release of ions by the creation of weak um, acidic environment around the ceramic particles. The bioactivity of the Acker assay composite hydrogel for stimulating cell migration, stem cell recruitment, proliferation, and differentiation was investigated by in vitro and in vivo using a chronic wound healing model. And now let's move to results and discussion part. The first figure is the design of an injectable and bioactive Acker-to-assay hydrogel for wound healing. Acker-assay hydrogels were prepared by internal gelation via dual ion cross-linking of sodium alginate by calcium and magnesium ions released from Acker in the mildly acidic environment. In the composite system, amino acid plays an important role in the control of injectability of the composite hydrogel. During the internal gelation process, the mild acidic environment of uh, The mild acidic environment results in better control and slow release of calcium and magnesium ions, which subsequently allow the formation of even hydrogel and provide enough time to complete the injection operation um, into different shape and irregular defects. Here, image A shows the uh, Acar SA composite hydrogel with 0.5% amino acids. The B shows the formation mechanism and network of Acar to SA hydrogel, and figure C shows the formation of ionic interchain bridges between uh, glucuronic acid blocks of adjacent alginate chains via dual cross linking. Now, figure 2, it's the characterization of 2% Acar-SA composite hydrogel system. Figure A shows the gelling time of 2% Acar-SA hydrogel with different amount of aspartic and glutamic acid. Figure B shows compressive strength of 2% Acar to SA composite hydrogel with different amounts of aspartic and glutamic acid. C shows the elastic strength of 2% Acar to SA composite hydrogel with different amount of aspartic and glutamic acid. D shows the pH value of this 2% Acar SA composite hydrogel with different amount of aspartic and glutamic acids. The gelling time decreased with an increase in the amount of Acar and amino acid and could be adjusted from for about 1 minute and to more than 10 minutes. The compressive and elastic strength of the hydrogel with amino acid increased with an increase in the amount of amino acid, although there were no obvious differences between glutamic and aspartic acid. There were no significant difference in mechanical strength between these three groups with different amount of acres. The pH value of all the composite hydrogel appeared to be alkaline and increased with an increase in the acar content, whereas the opposite trend was found with respect to amount of amino acids. This is the cell migration of HDFS and HUVEC with 2% acar sodium alginate and 0.5% glutamic hydrogels. Figure A and C represents the HDFS and HUVEC after scratching 0 hour and after migration for 16 hours respectively. It has been widely accepted that stimulation of the migration of cells involved in the wound healing process is beneficial for wound repair. And in vitro scratch assay was used to evaluate the effect of hydrogel on cell migration. Figure A and C shows that after incubation for 16 hours, the scratch in the 2% Acar assay 0.5% glue hydrogel group was almost covered by cells, whereas the scratches in the pure sodium alginate and control groups were not fully covered by cells, which indicates the stimulation of migration of both HDFS and HUVEC cells by the composite hydrogel, as we can see in figure B and D. Now the effects of 2% Acar SA 0.5% glue composite hydrogel on angiogenesis in the co-culture system. Figure A shows the immunofluorescence staining of VWF in cells cultured in monolayer and co-culture system with hydrogel for 3 days. VWF was stained in green and nuclei in blue with DAPI. Figure B and C shows the statistical analysis of the number and length respectively of tubules formed. Here authors investigated the effect of 2% Acar SA 0.5% glue composite hydrogels on the interaction of both the cells in co-culture system. Figure A and B showed that in co-culture system more capillary-like networks were formed by co-HUVECs cultured with Acar SA hydrogel for 3 days than by those cultured with pure salic acid and growth medium. However, the tubules formed by co-HUVEC cultured with both pure assay and growth medium were less than 100 millimeter in length, whereas the Acar SA hydrogel groups has more medium-sized tubules with a length of 100 to 250 millimeter that we can see in figure C. So all these results confirmed that the composite hydrogel displayed similar bioactivity as Acar, um, which suggests that the combination of Acar with salicylic acid does not affect the bioactivity of Acar for stimulating angiogenesis. Uh, and now this figure shows the effect of composite hydrogel on wound healing. Um, Figure A represents the microscopic images of different conditions at the time of transplantation and at days 3, 7, 14 and 21. Figure B shows the percent wound closure in the untreated group and groups treated with different hydrogels. Figure A shows the photos of wound after treatment of different method with different time periods for up to 21 days. It is clearly seen that after treatment for 7 days, the 2% Acar SA 0.5% hydrogel group exhibited the highest percentage of wound closure, which was significantly different um, salic, from sodium alginate hydrogel group, both the negative and positive control groups, as we can see in figure B. These are the images of histological sections of different days 3, 7, 14, and 21 days stained with H and E and highlighting the characteristics of progression of wound healing with time. The dotted line represents the interface between the wound and the hydrogel, and arrows, triangles and diamond arrows uh, denote blood vessels, occur particles in the implant's granular structure. H is hydrogel, GT is granulation tissue, ES is eschar, NE is neoepidermis, and ND is neodermis. Histological staining revealed that the composite hydrogel enhanced the formation of new blood vessels in comparison to pure sodium alginate hydrogel and control groups. Now the effect of composite hydrogel on neovascularization. Uh, Figure A is the microscopic images of explants at different days 3, 7, 14, and 21 days showing visual observation of blood vessel in the wound. Figure B is the immunohistochemical staining with CD31, which is green, for sections of different days explants. Nuclei was stained with DAPI, blue color. Uh, and WE is wound age, WM is middle wound, WB bottom wound, and is figure C shows the statistical analysis of CD31 positive areas at day 7 after surgery. These results showed that significantly more blood vessels were formed in the regenerated skin in the wound treated with the composite hydrogel in comparison with those pure sodium alginate and control groups. Uh, in order to further confirm the location of blood vessels and compare the effect on angiogenesis, um, different samples were subjected with endothelial cell marker CD31 and figure B confirmed the optical and histological observation. The Acar assay group at day 7 and 14, which is B and C, displayed a significant increase in CD31 positive area in comparison to the pure control groups, and the new vessels in the Acar assay group were distributed in the surrounding area as well as at the bottom of the wound area. At the day 21, there was no obvious difference between any of the groups, which suggested that all groups had entered a mature phase of wound healing. This is the figure showing the effect of composite hydrogel on stem cell and cell proliferation in the process of wound healing. In order to determine the capacity of the composite hydrogel to stimulate cell recruitment, proliferation, keratinocyte migration, and collagen deposition, additional immunofluorescence staining procedures were performed. In figure 8, the staining of K19 revealed that more K19 positive stem cell was seen in wounds treated with composite hydrogel than in pure um, sodium alginate and control groups, which indicate that the composite hydrogel has a superior ability to recruit peripheral stem cell within the first day of wound healing. Uh, figure B, the staining of Ki67 showed that Ki67 positive cells in wound treated with the composite hydrogel at 7 and 14 days post operation was significantly more in number than in pure assay and control groups, and the Ki67 positive cells obviously included fibroblast and epithelial cells according to the different location of these cells. Now the effects of composite hydrogel on the expression of keratinocyte specific protein keratin and deposition of collagen 1. This figure showed that in comparison to the pure sodium alginate and control groups, much more collagen was deposited and evenly distributed over the whole wound site and exhibited excellent alignment in the neodermis in the composite hydrogel group. This result suggests that the dermal repair process proceeded to the mature phase much earlier than in the pure sodium alginate and control groups. These are the histological sections of day 7, and that was stained for K14 green color, and on the day 14 double stained for K14 and collagen is shown in red color, and nuclei was stained with DAPI, so it's blue color. This is the last figure which shows the mechanism by which the Ecker-Assay composite hydrogel stimulates the wound healing process. Firstly, the composite hydrogel fully fills the composite site and also provides a hydrated environment for cell migration and a template for the formation of granulation tissue. Second, the bioactive ions released from Ecker stimulate the migration of peripheral cells, including stem cells, fibroblasts, endothelial cells, and keratinocytes, to the wound site. And finally, the composite hydrogel stimulates cell proliferation and differentiation and enhances the interaction between the cells so that angiogenesis and the formation of epidermis and deposition of collagen at the wound sites are enhanced, which in turn accelerates the wound healing process. Now I would like to conclude the presentation. The injectable bioactive acromanite and alginate, which is Ecker-Assay hydrogels, were obtained by cross-linking sodium alginate with ions released from Ecker in the presence of acidic amino acid, which is glutamic and aspartic acid. The bioactive hydrogel exhibited the ability to recruit stem cells, stimulate cell migration and differentiation, and also enhances the angiogenesis, the deposition of collagen, and the epithelialization during the wound healing process in vivo. These results suggest that the incorporation of silicate bioceramics into biopolymers is an effective approach for designing multifunctional bioactive materials, and the Ecker biopolymer composite materials are effective candidates for application in the healing of chronic wounds and in situ tissue engineering. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Have a nice day. Thank you.